Welcome to the session where you'll be learning about the need and importance of performance appraisal. Performance appraisal, we can say, is a systematic evaluation of the performance of the employees. So, performance appraisal is the step where the management finds out how effective it has been at hiring and placing employees. So, a performance appraisal is a process of evaluating an employee's performance of a job in terms of its requirement. Right, so the systematic evaluation of the performance of employees and to understand the abilities of a person for further growth and development is what performance appraisal is. So, the process by which a manager or consultant examine and evaluates an employee's work behavior by comparing it with preset standards. It is also a documents the result of the comparison. It is also is a process by which manager uses the result to provide feedback to the employee to show where improvements are needed and why. You can see the full form of perform, that is P for purpose, empowerment for E, R for relationship, F for flexibility, O for optimal performance, R for recognition and rewards, and M for moral. This is what an institution and an organization look for in a candidate. The importance of performance appraisal is that it facilitates growth, development, efficiency, and effectiveness. Performance appraisal are employed to determine who needs what training and who will be promoted, demoted, retained, or fired. The criteria of performance appraisal of teachers are: first is knowledge of content area. So, content knowledge refers to the body of information that teachers teach and that students are expected to learn in a given subject or content area, such as English language, mathematics, science, or social studies. So, content knowledge generally refers to the facts, concepts, theories, and principles that are taught and learned. Second is knowledge of delivery methods. So here, good teachers are expected to have an ability to transfer the content to learners in an effective and appropriate way. So communicating ideas and concept in a simple, clear and sequential manner using examples wherever possible is an important criteria for effective teaching. Next is pedagogic content knowledge. So, in addition to teachers' content knowledge and their general knowledge of instructional methods, pedagogical content knowledge was originally suggested as a third major component of teaching expertise by Lou Schulman. So, pedagogical content knowledge is a type of knowledge that is unique to teachers and is based on the manner in which teachers relate their pedagogical knowledge. That is what they know about teaching to their subject matter knowledge, what they know about what they teach. So, what they know about teaching and what they know about what they teach is the relationship here. It is the integration or the synthesis of the teacher's pedagogical knowledge and their subject matter knowledge that comprises pedagogical content knowledge. So it is a form of knowledge that makes science teacher teachers rather than the scientist. Next is understanding the learning process. In order to engage, motivate and teach all learners at optimal levels, teachers must understand the learning process. There are 6 interactive components of the learning process, that is attention, memory, language, processing and organizing, writing and higher order thinking. These processes interact not only with each other but also with emotions, classroom climate, behavior, social skills, teachers and families. So most of the learning process will involve 4 essential processes, that is synthesizing, organizing, memorizing and communicating. After this we have understanding of students' need. To effectively choose teaching methods and help students learn, teacher must first know something about whom you are teaching. So students will be coming from different backgrounds and have various learning needs. So knowledge about students will enable teachers to refine lectures, class discussions, comments, illustrations and activities so that they are more effective learning experiences. Reference to students' interest, background knowledge, and even anxieties can make the class seem more personal and the material more accessible. So, students' background can be properly accessed by the suitable tools like questionnaires, etc. Criteria of performance appraisal of teachers are curriculum alignment. So, it is the process in which teachers across all levels formally evaluate or implement curriculum to address the changing needs of the society and the students. So, curriculum alignment is defined as the degree to which expectations and assessments are in agreement with one another to guide the system towards students learning what they are expected to do and know. Next is ability to use students' achievement data in planning instructions. So it is like students' achievement data such as teacher observational notes of students, performance in class, samples of students' classworks, portfolios, results of formal and informal classroom assessment. All these are should be properly actually checked, interpreted by the teacher for further improvement and planning of instruction. Next important criteria is classroom management. So here comes how the teacher manages discipline problems, how they design a safely, friendly, and well-managed classroom environment. How do they establishes and clearly communicates parameters for students' classroom behavior? How do they promote self-discipline? How do they manage disruptive behavior constructively? And how do they demonstrate fairness and consistency? So, this is something regarding classroom management. Next is ability to use technology as a tool in the classroom. So, teachers should have basic knowledge in technology to use it in classroom for effective teaching and learning. Teachers should know to use various software, projective and non-projective aids to make teaching more interesting. Latest technology should be integrated in our teaching learning process. So additionally, it is good for a teacher to have knowledge about latest technology also, like using Google tools, web, interactive whiteboards, web designing, video auditing, etc. So the last point or the criteria of performance appraisal of teacher is establishing relationship with colleagues, students and parents. So here we would see that how the teacher encourages community involvement with the school, how they provides a climate which opens up communication between the teacher and parents, how do they communicate with parents in the best interest of the students, how do they support parents teachers activity, whether they provide information related to support services, how do they make use of support services as needed, how do they share ideas and methods with other teachers and maintain a good relationship, do they inform administration or appropriate personnel of school related items? So all these things will come under how to establish relationship with colleagues, students and parents. Some of the advantages of performance appraisal are that they provide a record of performance over a period of time. They provide an opportunity for a manager to meet and discuss performance. They provide the employee with feedback about their performance. It can be motivational with the support of good reward and compensation. And it also provides an opportunity for an employee to discuss issues and to clarify expectations also. Disadvantages of performance appraisal can be like if it's not done appropriately, it can be a negative experience. It's a very time consuming, especially for a leader or a manager or a head. It is subject to rater errors and biases also. And if it's not done at right time, it can be a complete waste of time also. And it can be stressful for all the people, all the stakeholders who are involved in it. Everyone, and happy learning.